Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Today, as you see in the title, we're replacing our wheel studs. Now, for anyone wondering, you would ask, why am I replacing my wheel studs? Because I don't have any wheel studs. Now, I'm not going to explain any context.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
All I'm going to say is, when you find yourself in a situation where there are unpredictable and idiotic drivers in front of you, stay calm, breathe, don't make any sudden movements, and let everything play out in front of you before you make a decision on what to do. Now, I haven't started this car nor moved the car in 3 days for obvious reasons, but we're gonna get a cold start just so I can know if this thing still turns on. Alright guys, so we're back. It's the next day. I got this wheel off and now you can see like how bad it really is. We have 1, 2, 3 broken studs. This one was slightly bent. I had to hammer that back into place. I don't know if y'all can see it, but you can see it from right here. It's a little bent. That's no good. But I picked up 3 wheel studs to replace these. I ordered 5. The 5 are taking a long time to get here, so I just went and picked up 3 more until the other 5 get here. And hopefully this won't cause me a problem. And we've already started on this. All I've done obviously was just taking the wheel off, and I started breaking the nuts on this caliper. It should be, I think, right here, right there. That's a 14 millimeter. There's another one on the bottom, right directly below it. And I already started breaking those off so I could get this caliper off. You can see it's a little loose. And we're gonna go from there. All right, boom, just like that. I'm sorry for not showing the full process. I'm in a rush really, so I'm gonna talk y'all through what I'm doing. Like I said, there's a 14 millimeter that holds the caliper right here and right here, so it's directly beneath each other. All right, and then after you take that off, you got to put your caliper somewhere where it's not gonna stretch this brake line. That's what I did. It's on my tool bag, and I just pulled the nuts out and they're right there. And then I thought you needed something to like screw into the rotors, like these holes right here. I thought you needed something to screw it in to get it off. I just pulled it off. I don't know if that was right, but I did. Now all I'm about to do, I'm about to take my mallet, and really guys, you should use a hammer really, because I'm pretty sure I'm about to stab my mallet, and I hope I can get these off. And if I don't, I'm probably gonna have to use some type of penetrating fluid to knock these out, because they look glued on there with this rust.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, so off camera, I found my penetrating fluid. I sprayed it down and found a hammer that we had, luckily, and I just knocked them all out. I thought I had brake cleaner. I don't. So I have this rag. I'm gonna wipe this down the best I can, because I don't think you should have penetrating fluid on this stuff. All right, so here are the studs that broke. I have 3 of them, and here are the ones, oh, I lied. Here are the ones that broke. Here are the good ones. So we're about to swap these out real quick. And I saw in a video, I think it was 6 simple builds. Just like he said, there's a lot of space to put these in. So you really can just twist them in there. Or can you? There we go. Woo! We got 2 of them fixed into place. We're gonna get this last one in. I'm using 2 hands to do this because it's not as much room to make it comfortable. And the car is still on the ground on the other side, so I can't turn it if I wanted to. So you gotta use both your hands. But just like that, it's in there. All I can do now is like give it a tug to see if I can fix it in place. I cannot. So yeah, so I'm putting all these washers on. I'm gonna hold this in place so it can stay on there, and then get my lug nut. I'm gonna torque it all the way down until the washers stop moving, and then I gotta find my wrench. All right, so I got this right here. This is for my new lug nuts, and these geniuses didn't put anything back here, so it's a bunch of adapters, so that's really nice. But it is what it is. I'm gonna switch that out. I'm just going to, oh, it's on the wrong side. Just tighten it up. And ideally you wanna go until that gets seated. Man, it's taking a little more than some elbow grease, I ain't lying. Thankfully, I have spare lug nuts because I'm stripping this one. The paint is coming off of it already. All right, so we just finished the first one, and y'all see how that's like perfectly seated. This one right here is perfectly flush against the hub. So now it's not going anywhere. It's in there, it's stuck. So I tightened it as best as I could until it didn't move. And now I'm gonna do these. And because that kind of took a little longer than I expected, I added a few more washers. That way it wouldn't take so long to tighten up. All right, so I just finished the last, I forgot, that's the throwaway. But just to show y'all how much force I'm putting into this to tighten it, these are bent. All right, y'all see how these are bent? That's how much force you got to use to tighten this up. Oh man. All right, so that's the bent one. This is as far as I can hand tighten it. Now I wonder if that's the case for this one. It's crazy. These people gave me 2 spares. That's probably the best thing they could have done, because they gave me that garbage socket. But hopefully I could spin this one all the way through. Or hopefully not. Hopefully I can't. Okay, cool. So I can't do that one. So that's not a bad thing. So I'm gonna see if I can take this, put it on, and tighten it all the way myself with the socket now. And no, it's getting tough. It's getting tougher. I'm not even in there all the way. There's still a little gap like right there. So that's kind of tough. Now, why am I doing this? I'm doing this so I can hold the rotor in place so I can put the caliper back on. So this one's not going to work. So I'm going to take this off, and I want to put this one right here and the other one down there so it can stay in place. All right, so I couldn't get it on the second one either. I don't know if that's bent or if the rust is preventing it from getting on there. Yeah, the rust is there's a lot of rust on these threads. I wish it would focus. Focus. It's not focusing. Anyway, I got the 2 spares on opposite sides almost. And the point of doing this is to keep the rotor from moving, and it keeps it flush on the car. So now I can put my calipers in. So I'm gonna put this back down, and we're gonna seat this onto this section right here, because I need to put 2 14 millimeters into each of these holes. All right, guys, so after 30 minutes of wrestling with this, finally got the brake pads back on. The calipers. We finally got the calipers on. And man, I need an entire brake system, bro, because this is ridiculous. This was so dumb to put back on. And the fact that it's like so, look how small and useless this is. I'm getting another brake kit, but I got to deal with the fronts first. But anyway, we got this back on. The rotor is in place. The studs are on. I actually have to use two of the three new studs to tighten this down. So that's how you know it's in place. And now we about to put this wheel back on, and we about to ride out. All right, so we just got finished putting these on. I didn't torque them down yet, but now you got to go look at them, and you can see, you can guess which one is the bent one. It's this one. That's the bent one, and I'm going to take care of that one off camera when the other studs get here. But for the meantime, I'm gonna just torque it down as tight as I can. Not as tight as I can, obviously the spec is 110 pound-feet of torque, I think. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna just take it easy, as I should be, because this car is not in the best of shape, and it's my fault, honestly. Like, I rag on this car about how reliable it is, and really this car is crazy. This car is ridiculously reliable until it's in my hands. So I really got to take better care of this thing, because these people are crazy out here. And that's really gonna be it for this video. I'm about to ride out and test it. So y'all let me know what y'all think of these lug nuts, and along with these lug nuts, y'all let me know what color the new wheel setup will be. Y'all let me know your guesses, what y'all think the new wheel setup is gonna look like. Y'all not ready for this, I promise. Sir, she's alive. Let's go. With that being said, that's the end of this one. I appreciate y'all for coming. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace.